Welcome to the podcast that passes poor performance on pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Darren Duncan, alongside with my best friend, Audie Marsh. We're just a couple of cool cats casually causing some chaos with conversation. We're here to entertain you, not hurt your feelings, so don't blame us.
What's up?
What up? What's happening?
You see
Friday night.
It's finally Friday. This was like the longest week ever.
Right. Yeah, I was when we first decided to do this as a topic, I was like, fuck, I don't know anything about these people. And it was my idea. I'm like, dude, let's do fucking Club 27. You're like, hell yeah, that's a great idea. And I'm like, the next day, I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? Dumbass. Now I gotta fucking read a bunch of shit.
I guess I gotta like monetize you. Like, you really want to do that? Like, was this you being drunk or like, is it serious?
Oh, I was hammered.
I'm down for whatever. I don't care.
Right.
Give me a second. I'm sending links.
All right.
Links.
Yeah, my original idea was to do the Wonderland murders. And then right after that, immediately, I was like, let's do Club 27.
Is your cousin tracking I'm texting him?
I told him that you were going to text him, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I didn't say anything. I just sent a link.
Oh, yeah, he'll know what it is.
YOLO.
So, today's subject is Club 27. It's basically a group of famous musicians who died at the very young age of 27 years old. There's a whole bunch of people in it, but you're like Mount Rushmore of Club 27 is Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, and Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
But recently, a lot of people have been putting Amy Winehouse in there because, I mean, she won a lot of fucking Grammys, man. I get it. It's not our thing, but I get why she's a part of that club, you know? It ain't like ain't it fucking weird, though? Like, what makes her... I get that she won a bunch of Grammys. That makes her legendary. But it's like, so if she died at 28, she can't be in the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird that like the four fucking horsemen of rock and roll all died at the age of 27. So they get to be in this special little club while Biggie and Tupac are just like, fuck man, they can't be in it. You know, they didn't die when they were 27. It's fucked up if you think about it.
I just think with Amy Winehouse, not for the simple fact that I was not a fan. I just think from Jim Morrison to Janis Joplin to Kurt Cobain to Jimi Hendrix, their top tier level of 60s and 70s, you know, they made music to pave the way for other music coming up. And I just feel like Amy was more modern. And I don't think to me, she didn't write anything worth a shit. You know?
Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know.
She wanted to be jazzy and shit. Matter of fact, dude, let's get into her actually. Fuck it. I'll tell you some shit about her.
All right.
She was born September 14th, July 23rd. Or she was born September 14th. She died July 23rd in 2011. She was found dead in her flat in Camden, United Kingdom, alcohol poisoning after a period of being sober. So that sucks. That's how a lot of people die, because they get clean and then they go back to doing the drugs or drinking or whatever, and they think they have the same tolerance that they had before. So that's how they fucking die. But did you know she started as a rapper, actually?
I did not know that.
I did not either.
Was she recording like a Nicki Minaj or
no? They were like inspired by Salt and Pepper. Her and her friend in fucking United Kingdom. Her friend's stepdad bought studio time, and they did 3 songs, and one of them was called Glam Chicks. The other one was called Boys Who Needs Them. And the other song was called Spinderella.
Wait, do you see the pattern? What I said before we started?
What?
Jim Morrison. You got Jim Morrison, Break On Through, Janis Joplin, Me and Bobby McGee, Kurt Cobain, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Jimi Hendrix, Wild Thing, Amy Winehouse.
Boys Who Needs Them. I guess I get it.
See?
Oh, that's fucked. So at age 19, she signed with manager Nick Godwin and he was a part of a company called 19 Entertainment. That's the same company that created the TV show Pop Idol, which later went on to inspire American Idol. And it's also the same company that found Spice Girls. So, but yeah, she didn't want to be a pop star, so she fired him. And I just think it's crazy to be like 19 years old. You sign with a company like that, and then you fire the guy. Like, she had some balls, dude.
Hey,
know?
Maybe I shouldn't like shit on her too much, but I guess in her time era, maybe it was like, okay, she's good in her time, but
yeah, it's okay to like her and not like her music. Like, I started to like get into her after doing research.
You started listening to her too? I bet you did.
No, absolutely not.
You know what the difference? Here's the big difference between Amy Winehouse and Darren Duncan is when she recorded her music, I bet you her mic was turned the proper way.
I have no idea what you're talking about. God damn it.
I don't either. I don't either.
Has the audience noticed the fucking quality now? Is it a lot better? Because the last 4 goddamn episodes, my fucking microphone was backwards.
You got a 20-year experienced musician right here on this podcast, and you can't get the fucking microphone turned.
Oh my God. I shot myself in the foot over that one. Like, Jesus Christ.
Amy Winehouse would be rolling over in her grave right now if she was to listen to this podcast.
Yeah. No shit. Fuck me.
Anyways, keep going.
In 2006, the label wanted her to go to rehab for drinking. She admitted to being She admitted to being self-destructive, but it wasn't alcoholism; it was heartbreak. That sounds like an alcoholic.
That's alcohol.
Yeah, I could quit drinking anytime I want. I just don't want to.
Well, why did you start drinking? They're taking me to rehab, so
yeah, right.
That's why I started.
Exactly. So her father agreed with her, taking his baby girl's side. And put off her fucking drinking and everything, her problem. But she finally did go to rehab in 2008. And I'm sure you've heard that song, They Try to Make Me Go to Rehab. No, right?
Right, I have.
But like, man, that's a tough position as a father to be put in. It's like your fucking kid's getting 5 Grammys. And her's like, Daddy, I'm not an alcoholic. I just had my heart broken. He's like, I know, I get it. I drink when I'm sad too. Go out there and fucking tour and make some money. And then she goes to rehab and then gets out and fucking dies. It's like, fuck, like we should have attacked this sooner,
Yeah. Like, who do you
I mean, I'm not blaming the dude. It's not his fucking fault.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I bet that weighs heavy on his heart.
Oh, absolutely.
So I know this is your favorite song by her. So I was hoping you could do a couple of bars. The song is called Me and Mr. Jones. Are you familiar with that song? Neither am I.
No.
Me and Mr. Jones is what the song is called. And apparently
is that a Hootie and a Blowfish song?
No, isn't it Counting Crows or some shit? The white dude with the dreadlocks?
Yeah. Blues Traveler?
No, I think it's Counting Crows.
Oh. Well.
Anyway, fuck them. They're not in Club 27. So the song Me and Mr. Jones is actually about the rapper Nasir Jones. Nas. You know who that rapper is?
Yeah, I know who that is.
And in that song, she's referring to the rapper Nas because she was basically saying in the song, nobody's going to keep me away from seeing Mr. Jones. And she was talking about she was supposed to go to this Nas concert and ended up getting fucked out of it, like not being able to go for some reason. And that fucking show ended up getting shot up. And like some people died and it was like super fucking tragic, And then she wrote that song, Me and Mr. Jones. And I just thought that was pretty fucking interesting because who would have thought Amy Winehouse wanted to go see fucking Nas in concert, I just thought it was fucking crazy. But she accomplished some pretty sweet shit. She's the first British woman ever to get 5 Grammys in one ceremony. And she broke that record, and that record stood until 2012 until Adele beat her and the bitch got 6 of them. It's like, fuck. Her autopsy revealed that she had more than 5 times the legal limit of alcohol in her blood. Now, what I don't understand, it says 5 times the legal limit. And I looked up the legal limit in England because ours is like driving is 0.08, which is basically a fucking beer,
Yeah.
But in England, Their legal limit is 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood, 35 micrograms per 100 milliliters per breath, and 107 milligrams per 100 milliliter of urine. So 80 milligrams times 5. I'm a podcaster, not a mathematician. I'm not fucking doing that. But apparently her legal limit was 5 times more than that. But dude, I mean, I could drink forever and ever and ever, you know, and like I don't die because I have a fucking tolerance. And it's like, I don't know. So like, I think it's just different. It's bullshit. If I blew a .08, I'm gonna get a fucking DUI. But it's like, one beer is nothing to me, you know.
No, I get it. I think it's your cousin said she had soul quit hating.
Yeah, Audie quit hating.
No,
yeah, Ben, that's my cousin.
Sorry, my bad. You know, it's what do I know?
I mean, she was a jazzy bitch, you know. She was fucking.
Look, I'm not, you know, downing her on her talent, because obviously she had talent to be where she was at. You know, she had so much good talent, it led her to dying. So I guess it was good talent, right? Like,
yeah, I guess.
You know, at the age of 27,
she wasn't very talented at living.
No, I mean, I beat her at that game. She may have had musical talent, but I had talent. I'm 37, so what's up?
Right. Yeah. Look at me now, bitch.
I would drop this mic, but it might fuck something up. So.
Yeah, absolutely not. Don't do that.
Anyway.
So they're saying that alcohol was clearly a factor in her death, but bulimia definitely played a significant role too. And they were saying that even if she never started drinking again, bulimia would have ended up taking her. She had a severe eating disorder, and that shit probably would have killed her anyway.
Yeah,
but it's like, you don't fucking know that.
I saw pictures of her. She looked like shit.
Yeah, man. And her makeup is awful. Like, who does this bitch's makeup? I don't know. Anyway.
Look, I don't want to turn this into a hating session.
I know. Because our fans, our listeners, might be like, fuck these guys.
No, I know. Musicians, I can't hate on them because they're just a different breed. But
exactly,
you know, I ain't hating on her.
I know. We're just joking. Yeah, for real. We're just joking around. We're just trying to be entertaining.
Heartless asshole.
Right. So this is the last thing I'm going to say about her. Is a few weeks before her death, she finished writing songs for her third album. She had studio time booked, and the demos were done, but we'll never see the light of the day of them because the Universal, like the boss of the Universal Music of United Kingdom, he destroyed the recordings. He destroyed all of her demos.
Why?
It sounds like an asshole move. And his reasoning behind it is he says it was a moral thing. Taking a stem or a vocal is not something that would happen on my watch, and now it can't happen on anyone else's either. And I think what he meant by that was Amy Winehouse was obviously talented. She knew exactly what she wanted to do. She fired her fucking manager at the age of 19 because he wanted her to be a pop star, and she didn't want to be a pop star. And I think this guy was like, she's dead. She can't have creative control anymore. All she did was record vocals. Now we're going to get some other asshole in here, make the beats or play the saxophone or whatever. We don't have Amy to be like, hey, that's not how I want it done. This is what I had in mind for my song. Okay. You're not delivering my message correctly. Yeah. Or any fucking jerk-off rapper, some mumble rapper, can buy the rights to one of her vocal bars and put out a song featuring Amy Winehouse, and it's just a clip of one of her demos that was done in a studio. You know, and you got some shitty rapper, you know what I mean?
He was looking after her even after death.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. And that's why he destroyed him. Because, like, if he kept him around whenever he retired or got fired or whatever, the next guy could be like, oh, fuck, I can make a ton of money off her fucking unreleased demos. And then you could sell fucking bar for bar out to rappers and shit. I guarantee that's what would have happened, dude.
Look, I look at it like this, though. Like, she's dead, and that's the last bit of her ever talented recordings, and it's like
I thought the same thing.
Like, give it to family, but
something
again,
give it to her dad or something.
Yeah, because like, and he could take that and do whatever he wanted with it. I guess. Well, I legally he probably couldn't, but
right
to the dad, sentimental, you know.
Yeah, maybe that guy legally couldn't give them to her dad either. You know, I don't know how that shit works, man.
I don't either. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, I mean, you look at the case with Britney Spears, it's horrible. You know, with her dad holding her hostage, and then who's that other famous singer that her manager held all songs until like 10 years?
Oh man, I don't know.
God. What's her freaking name? Somebody help me in the comments.
Is she like a pop star, like a modern day pop star? Was it Christina Aguilera?
No, she sung.
Because I saw a picture of them too.
She sung "Tick-Tock on the Clock."
Oh, I have no fucking clue. I've never heard of that. Dude, my cousin Ben is like a music genius. He knows everything about everything. And he would, if he's still listening, he would probably know.
Yeah, the party don't stop until tick-tock on the clock. God, what's the name? Who's the name of that?
Dude, that don't even almost sound familiar.
Oh, Kesha. Ryan said it was Kesha.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
Kesha.
who
I think
is.
her manager, somebody held her shit hostage and did something with her stuff too. But
well, fuck
that's
that
sad.
guy.
Like, yeah, I get it. This is the 27 Club. Let's real quick. You write a song. I help you with it. I make sure your mic's turned the right way. I get the rights, and then like I hold it from you to make money because I got it. You know, like
yeah.
Dude,
right.
That's a dick move, man.
Yeah, I mean that's worse. Well, I don't know if it's worse, but. That's like when Michael Jackson outbid Paul McCartney to own the fucking rights to the Beatles shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're like best friends. And like, what a piece of shit. Let's just add that to the list of why Michael Jackson's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the Beatles anyway. Fuck them.
What? I mean, they're cool. I like them, man.
Communists. Well, one of them.
Communists.
The... one that married the communists, Yoko Ono, Lennon.
Oh, dude, John Lennon. Yoko Ono.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono ruined the Beatles, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, definitely. No,
and that's
I
the reason
agree.
Why
100%.
I hated the Beatles was because of John Lennon.
She fucked his head up. I got into an argument with a guy at a bar one time, real obnoxious asshole, and he was like, "Oh, they're the first fucking boy band of all time." I'm like, "No, they're not, because they weren't put together by a label." You know what I mean? Like, they wrote their own songs.
Yeah.
You know, the first fucking boy band of all time was the fucking Rat Pack. They were, like, put together, you know, by, like, other outsourcers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think they wrote their own fucking songs and shit like that. But this annoying prick went around the whole bar. He's like, he's just in people's faces like, Beatles are the first boy band of all time, right? Right? And they're like, yeah, dude, go away. He's like, there's one person. And you go up to the next person. I'm like, this guy's a faggot. Dude, you know, fuck. I'm not. Damn it.
No, dude. Let it roll, brother.
Oh, fuck.
It's okay. Hey, Ryan said the Beatles suck eggplants.
Fuck him. No, the Beatles are awesome.
I'm going to have to agree with Ryan on that one.
I love the Beatles. They're fucking cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, later on that night, you know what I ended up doing to that dude? I sliced his fucking forearm wide open. No, I fucking sliced his forearm wide open with a knife. I swear to God, dude. He was that fucking annoying, man. I did it at my own house. It was after the fucking bar. We went back to my house. We're partying. Well, I knew the guy, you know? Like, he was my friend and shit, kind of. You know, like, but yeah, and then I'm showing him all these cool knives I had in the china cabinet, and he's like, "Are they sharp?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, look." And I went, "Wham!" He's like, "Oh, fuck."
You remember when you said the Beatles was like the best?
For your ass.
Yeah.
So let's move on, shall we? Because we're just gonna fucking tangent all night long.
The 27 Club. I forgot. Keep going.
Yeah, Club 27. Is it 27 Club or Club 27? Because we've both been saying
27 Club.
Okay.
That's what I saw. 27 Club.
All right, I don't.
Who cares? Because I think if you say Club 27, it's like, so is that like in California or?
Yeah, right. It sounds like a vodka or some shit. Or
is
like
it next to Studio 54 or?
Right. Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about Jimi Hendrix?
Yeah, let's go to Jimmy.
All right. He was born November 27th in Seattle. He died in 1970 in London. Apparently 9 sleeping pills caused him to choke on his own vomit. His last known words were, "I need help bad, man." and he left that on his manager's answering machine.
Yeah. Well, there's conspiracies all over these rock stars, other than maybe Janis. All right.
Well, that's one thing I read is they were like, "Oh, what was he asking help for?" And it's like, because he was fucking dying. Like, why do you gotta fucking read into it so much? The guy was fucking dying. But why'd he take 9 goddamn sleeping pills? It makes me wonder if he was that fucking high on coke.
And
he's like, I gotta come down.
Here is what I know. Before you start reading the facts and stuff, he was involved. His manager was involved with like some gang mafia people.
Really?
And they say, one of the stories said that he was held down and was forced those pills and held his nose with wine. And that's how he died, because there was a beef between the manager, him, and some gang members. The other one,
really?
Yeah, man. The other one was like the girl that he was supposedly dating was like a figure skater model. Dananan was her name. That was her sleeping pills.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't
I didn't know
his.
that.
But from what I read, Jimmy had worked himself all the way to death, and he was not sleeping right at night. And he was given those pills, not knowing what they were, apparently, and was just like, I'll just take them. I don't care. I'm a rock star, I feel like Jimmy's was solely a 100% accident. I don't really believe the conspiracy with the gangs and stuff. I really don't.
It sounds possible, but it's
I'm not putting it. Yeah, but I think his was an actual like, I'm tired, and I want to sleep, and I wasn't. Maybe
9 pills is excessive, though. I mean, that's a
no, absolutely.
And it makes me wonder if he just thought his tolerance is that high because he's done so much drugs, or it makes me wonder if he was high as fuck and wanted to come down. And he might not have taken 9 at one time. He could have taken 2. An hour goes by and he's like, "Fuck, man, I still can't sleep." So he took 2 more.
Yeah, and maybe the after effects, it all caught up to him. I don't know.
Yeah, when he finally did fall asleep, he fucking puked. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I think Jimmy's was a 100% no shit accident. I don't feel like he was so addicted to drugs where it was like it's either drugs or nothing. I think it was more like, shit, I need to sleep, and I fucked up.
Right. That's what I'm thinking probably happened too.
Yeah, he was very talented.
He was a fucking shredder, dude.
Yeah, dude was
amazing. Was like the original Oroku Saki, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. And he was left-handed, played the guitar upside down.
Upside down, yeah, because he couldn't afford a fucking left-handed guitar.
Well, it's not that I can't afford one, I just can't fucking play it right-handed.
No, I know, but he couldn't. I think the reason why he did is because he couldn't afford a left-handed one, or maybe they were just so rare.
I think rare or something to do. I don't know. I don't know the story behind that, but whatever.
I know he's buried in Greenwood Memorial Park in Renton, Washington. So if we have any listeners near Renton, Washington, pay your respects to Jimi Hendrix's grave and get us a mason jar of dirt.
Get a picture of you scooping it up.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That's our COA.
Yeah. It's called.
It's actually POA, photo of authenticity. So you're familiar with Eric Clapton, right? The fucking singer, guitar player of Cream. Like, that dude is a fucking shredder. He's amazing. Yeah. When he first saw Jimi Hendrix, he's like, that guy's going to put us all out of business. Like, we're not going to fucking have jobs after this shit.
To that, yeah.
He didn't even get his big break in America. I think his manager was like friends with the members of Cream and was like, hey, I got this kid Jimmy, man. You got to fucking hear him. Like, this kid can play. And he's like, all right, cool, send him over. And they sent him overseas, and they did a jam session. And they said Eric Clapton, within just the first few seconds, he took his guitar off and walked away. And people thought he was pissed, and they went up to him and they're like, what's wrong with you, dude? What the fuck? And he's like, I need a cigarette. He's like, this guy's fucking blowing my. It's like he just busted a nut,
Bringing the heat.
Yeah, dude. He's like,
Yeah,
I
I
need to
wasn't
fucking
ready for
smoke,
this.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just
awesome.
some fucking young ass kid.
Well, he went through numerous of bands in America, like who Little Richard, he was like one of the backup players for Little Richard or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he played for Little Richard. Little Richard fired him because he was like apparently all over the place and was wild.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. He played for I think your cousin. Yeah.
Said he
Isley
played with the
Brothers?
Isley Brothers. I
Isley
didn't know
Brothers,
that
yeah.
either.
Yeah, he played with the
I had
Isley
no
Brothers.
fucking idea.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Daddy bought him a guitar, and I mean, I don't want to step on you in your research. He was in the Army.
No, go ahead. I don't. Yeah, in 101st Airborne.
Yeah.
And
had trouble.
Fort Campbell. Where's Fort Campbell?
It
doesn't matter.
Kentucky. Fort Campbell.
Well, yeah, he was 101 Airborne, dude.
Yeah. And I guess he did 2 years. Got
Is it an honorable discharge?
It was a discharge. It wasn't an honorable. It was like under certain circumstances, just because he just couldn't like adapt. I guess he told his father it was just the Army wasn't for him. It was too many like bullying, harassment. He just couldn't fit in.
Well, I wonder what it was like being black too, like in the Army in the fucking
that too.
probably the 50s. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was hard for them too. But the rumor has it that Jimi Hendrix would jack off in front of people. I read that.
That's a good way to get beat the fuck up.
Well, yeah, and that's a good way to get kicked out of the Army.
I bet. Yeah,
But he was doing that in the Army, and apparently he did it to get kicked out. But he would just like on his bunk, just like Purple Haze. You know what I mean? Like, and
God damn it.
That's probably how Purple Haze fucking got written. He was jacking off in his barrack.
Right. He fucking made his dick black and blue as purple from beating it off so much.
But yeah, anyway, continue. I'm sorry. Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
As you're going along, I want to see if you notice a pattern. With at least 3 that I know of. But keep going. I'll see if you notice it.
This is basically all I have left is
where did he die?
In London.
Do you have okay. Where did Amy die?
United Kingdom. She was from there though.
Still like
right. I mean, she did plenty of touring and spent plenty of time in America. She could have died in America just as easy.
Yeah, but just keep that in mind because when we get to the main event,
right? I know that's pretty strange now that I think about it. I know where you're going with this. Yeah,
27. Locate. Whatever. Keep going, man. I don't want to interrupt you.
All right, so this is the last of what I got about Jimmy that I thought was pretty fucking interesting. What was the goddamn place? It doesn't matter. It was this the festival where he lit the 1965 Stratocaster, soaked it in lighter fluid. I thought it was. That's where I thought it was.
Vinny, help us out.
I really don't think that it happened at Woodstock. I think it was somewhere else. But anyway, the flames went like a meter high, and it burnt the fuck out of him. Burnt both his arms, both his hands. That guitar sold for $312,000.
That's cheap,
exactly.
Dude.
Well, I did the fucking. It sold for 280,000 euro, which transfers to 312,271 US dollars. Now, 300 grand for a stage used Jimi Hendrix guitar ain't shit.
That's cheap.
This was in like fucking in the 60s. So it was in 1967. So you got to think about inflation. So $312,000 in 1967 in today's money. Can you even guess?
I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say 1.1 million.
3.6 million.
Damn, I was way off.
Yeah, man. So $300,000 is $3,600,000 fucking dollars.
God, dude, you're only worth something when you're dead, man.
Ain't that some right?
Like that guitar sold more than probably what he made in his musical career. Well, I mean, yeah, today's world.
Right.
I don't know how much does rock stars get paid back in like the 60s and 70s? Like,
Actually, I have a little bit of info on that when we hit Janis Joplin. I got a little.
Yeah, cool. I got a little fun story on Janis too. So,
all right. Do you want me to go ahead and talk about her? Or
let's
you
go
want
ahead. Let's move on to Janis. I mean, she's like probably second to the top main event, but we'll go on to Janis. I like Janis.
Okay. She was born January 19th, 1943. Died October 4th, in 1970. She was born in Port Arthur, Texas, and she died in Hollywood. Now, it's fucking weird when I looked up where she was buried because it says she was buried in Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park in Los Angeles. But then right underneath that, it said Pacific Ocean. So I looked into it, and it said that she was cremated and her ashes were scattered at sea via airplane alongside Stinson Beach, California. So I'm wondering if they just cremated her at the fucking Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park. Like if they had a crematory on site.
They could have divided.
Or maybe they just buried one of her legs or something. You could actually bury ashes. Like when my sister died, we had her cremated and her ashes were, well, some of her ashes was buried at my brother's grave site.
Right.
So you could actually bury.
I've got an aunt the same way. They buried her right next to.
Yeah.
Well, some of her. I get it.
Right.
But yeah, maybe that was what it meant.
That's what I'm thinking is what happened. Yeah. She died of an accidental heroin overdose. She was discovered in her LA hotel room after failing to show for a scheduled recording session. Her biggest influence, this is pretty cool about her. Her biggest influence was blues singer Bessie Smith. Bessie Smith died in 1937 from a car accident, and she was buried in an unmarked grave. So in August of 1970, Janis Joplin paid for a headstone for her. I thought that was awesome. Pretty cool. Like, it'd be like if fucking Jim Morrison didn't have a gravestone and you got fucking rich and was like, fuck that, I'm buying this guy a gravestone because he inspired me, you know?
I would just 3D print one.
Right.
I mean, speaking of 3D prints, later on towards this episode, I'm going to be announcing, well, I'm going to be showing what I'm giving away to the people that's going to listen, and I'll announce how to do it. But anyway, that's funny you brought that up because, yeah, I would definitely 3D print him a headstone because I'm cheap.
Fuck yeah, that would be awesome.
I could make a massive headstone. Like, if you die before me, I'm gonna print you a headstone, bro. Like,
yeah, do it.
Of you, like, just sitting there with a microphone turned backwards, and you're just like screaming. I'm gonna do it, dude.
That'd be fucking life size. That's fucking awesome.
I'm gonna 3D print you a what is it? A urn?
An urn.
An urn. I'm gonna put you in that.
Fuck yeah, man! You totally should. That'd be sweet.
All right, keep going, man.
So since earlier you stated John Lennon was the greatest singer of all time, in your opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Janis Joplin's last recording was a birthday greeting for John Lennon, along with Mercedes-Benz. That was her last like big released recorded hit. But for John Lennon's birthday, she sang him a song. October 1st, 1970, she recorded an old Dale Evans song called Happy Trails. And something a little creepy, maybe foreshadowing about these lyrics. The lyrics of the song Happy Trails say, "Happy trails till we meet again." Which, I mean, it's just, the song's about a fucking cowboy, you know, but still. It's just a little eerie if you want to be that kind of person and fucking that looks deep into everything. But that song was released it was later on released in a Janis Joplin box set in 1993. And John Lennon later was on a talk show, and he told the talk show host Dick Cavett that her tape arrived at his home after she was already dead.
Isn't that wild? You know,
how fucking spooky would that be, dude?
Dude, I can't remember which album was released after she died. Do you got anything on that?
It had to be the one with Mercedes-Benz because that was her last known recording.
Yeah, like it released after the fact. So
what's fucked up, she died October 4th, and it says here she recorded that song October 1st. So 3 days before she died, recorded that song, put it in the mail, sent it to John Lennon's house. They all get the news that she died, and then like she sings him happy birthday from the fucking grave.
Dude.
That's
Like,
crazy, right?
Look, here's my thing. Out of all fucking people, John Lennon. I wouldn't have sent that dude shit.
Dude, John Lennon said himself, he's like, the Beatles are bigger than Jesus Christ. And at the time, it was probably true. I bet more people on planet Earth could identify the Beatles in a photo than they could a photo of Jesus Christ, because not everybody in the world is Christian, you know?
No, I get it.
Everybody likes rock and roll, man.
Dude, the Beatles, man, whatever. Anyway,
it's a very cocky thing to say, but I get why you would say that.
Me to say that?
For John Lennon to say that his band is bigger than Jesus Christ. It's very arrogant, but it's probably accurate. But I've seen, I don't know where I read this, and I don't know if it's fucking true, but I seen that there was like a study where they like show kids in Africa and shit like pictures of Ronald McDonald or like Mighty Mouse.
That's fucked up.
And like they know who that guy is. They're like, oh, that's Ronald McDonald.
I'm thinking
that's
like,
fucking Mighty Mouse. And then they'll show a picture of Jesus. No.
Sorry, look
dangle a French fry in front. Here, boy. That's fucking awful.
Stop.
Oh,
You're
my
making
God.
me go down a rabbit hole. Stop. Right.
I already said the F word on accident. We can't fucking make fun of starving kids in Africa.
But all right, keep going, dude. Get me off the subject, because oh my God, dude.
So, but anyway, like I was saying, I heard that they've shown pictures of like Ronald McDonald and Mighty Mouse and Superman to kids in Africa and shit, and they I know who that is, and then they show them a picture of Jesus, and they're like, I don't know who that fucking hippie is. You know? Look at his shoes. My shoes suck.
A cool story. When I was stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and I was starting off with the YouTube shit, and dude, if I could go back to Port Arthur, Texas, which was like 2.5 hours from me. So first of all, Janis Joplin, my mother turned me on to Janis Joplin. Like because my mom knew I liked Jim Morrison. She was like, you got to listen to Janis Joplin. I listened to Janis Joplin. It was kind of hard at first, but I think what turned me on to Janis was the passion my mother had for her. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I can relate to my mom.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That's how I turned on to Janis Joplin. I went to Port Arthur, Texas, which was like a couple hours away. There is a museum basically dedicated to her. So the town of Port Arthur is like this shipping yard town. Like when you get in there, it's all industry. It's like big connexes and just a shipyard. And you're like, oh, this place
that makes
sucks.
sense because the name,
Port Arthur.
I get it.
I was like, man, this place sucks. But the museum, I think it was like $8 a person. You go all the way to the top. There's like just this one big ass room dedicated to her with some of her belongings. There's like this Beetle. I don't know if it was hers, but there's an actual Beetle, like a Volkswagen Beetle. And there's like a wax thing of her. But there you go in there. I'm reading all this stuff, and I have the link if you want it. It's a brick from one of her houses that's in and around that town. An actual brick of her house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are you looking at?
A comment. I'm listening though.
Oh, that's right. You can see them now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, so I asked the lady, I was like, so where is this house at here in Port Arthur? And she's like, oh, it's like right over here, like 2 blocks over. So Brittany and I go over there, and like her house was like no bigger than probably this room, dude. It was so small. There's like a plaque that's dedicated to her in this front yard. There's actually people, it looked like people was living there. I don't know if they left it like that for her, but you couldn't go inside. They had beads all over this monument for, like, the town genuinely loved Janis Joplin. Like, you know, it's in Texas. They took pride in her, what she represented. But it was just really neat, dude. And the bricks was from another house she lived in that was like not even across maybe 2 blocks that got they tore it down. But that's the bricks that you can get. It's comes with a COA. I think.
Oh, like they're for sale.
Yeah, you can buy them from this museum.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
Shipped is like $70. That's shipped.
Right.
Comes with a COA stamp. So I thought that was pretty cool. Eventually, I'm gonna buy one just because. I mean, that's
that's
fucking
cool.
cool. You know, so if you want the link, I'll send you the link. But a little story I figured I'd share you that I've actually been to her house. I've been to the museum. I've been to her hometown, which was really cool. When I was there, I did ask for the graveyard, and the museum's like, she was like cremated or something in LA, and you've already covered that. So,
right.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to have a brick from her house. I remember I got this documentary on like serial killers and shit, and like this dude was showing off that he has bricks from the fireplace of Sharon Tate's house where the Manson family killed those people. And they killed JC. Yeah, they killed Jay Sebring and Sharon Tate right in front of that fucking fireplace. That's where their bodies were found. And when they were tearing down the house, they were tearing down the house, and this dude went up there and was like, dude, to one of the workers, like, grab me something, anything. I don't fucking care, anything. And the guy comes back with a bunch of rocks and was like, here, this is from the fireplace. And I was like, fuck, that would be so cool to have.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Stuff like that.
Trent Reznor bought that house. Did you know that?
No, huh?
The singer of Nine Inch Nails bought that house, recorded a bunch of Marilyn Manson albums in it and Nine Inch Nails albums in it. And when he moved out, he took the fucking front door. It was the same exact door that they wrote Pig on in blood. And he fucking took that door with him when he moved out.
Damn, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it is fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
How
dude.
fucked up would it be in your living room? There's this door leaning up against in the corner, and like, what the fuck is that? Like, dude, Susan Atkins wrote Pig on it, and Sharon Tate's fucking blood. You know,
that's wild.
But we'll cover Charles Manson soon, and we'll get all into that, dude. Because I can go on and on about that fucking guy. Here's a fucking cool little fun fact I thought was cool. Pull up that picture of Janis Joplin in that fur coat if you can.
Yeah, give me a second.
So Janis Joplin was obviously a heavy drinker, and her drink of choice was Southern Comfort. And Southern Comfort became so synonymous with Janis Joplin that it actually increased like the fucking sales of Southern Comfort. And
imagine that.
Southern Comfort like reached out to Janis Joplin, was like, look, we appreciate you always talking about our liquor and taking, you always got a bottle when they're fucking taking photos of you, and like sales have increased. They're like, here's a Lynx coat. They fucking sent her a Lynx fucking fur coat, dude. And I just think, I mean, dude, nobody does that, man. Like nowadays, no one does it, but that's her in her Lynx coat. And she got that from fucking Southern Comfort.
Look how happy she is, man. Like, she was one of my favorites, dude. Like you watch like videos and like documentaries on her, like she was just like the ideal hippie of her time,
Yeah, like
borderline gypsy,
Like the statement "give zero fucks" like comes from this chick, you would think,
Yeah, like there is like she is so free. Like, could you imagine like just chilling and hanging out with her on some of the conversations you'd probably have? Like, I don't know, man. I take a look at it and I'm just like, man, these would be really cool to hang out with. Or they might be assholes too, Like,
right? Who knows? So you like that song Bobby McGee, right?
Yeah, it's one of my mom's.
That's the one. Yeah, my cousin said that that's actually a Chris Christopherson cover. That's not a Janis Joplin original.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Somewhere.
I had no idea.
That one, and there's another one, Piece of My Heart. I don't know if she wrote that one or she might have covered it. But regardless, that's the magic of being a musician. Like,
I'm assuming she made it her own. I doubt that she did it just like Chris Christopherson did.
Yeah, but you're right, because no one would be able to sing like Janis, like a raspy, I've been smoking in a bar for 30 years type voice.
But if I remember correctly, Chris Christopherson's not that good of a singer.
I think Chris was like one of the old styles with like David Allan Coe, I believe.
He was part of the Highwaymen.
And he toured with David
Johnny
Allan
Cash,
Coe
Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
And I think Willie Nelson told Chris Christopherson to his face, he literally said, "You can't sing worth a fuck." And I think Chris Christopherson wrote the song Sunday Morning Coming Down. And I don't know how true this story is, man. I know Ben knows. Dude, we should do a fucking podcast about the Highwaymen, and like Ben would be a great fucking co-host on something like that, or even like hip hop in the fucking 80s and 90s. But anyway, I think Chris Christopherson wrote Sunday Morning Coming Down for Johnny Cash, and nobody would fucking listen to it ever. And finally, Chris Christopherson landed a fucking helicopter in Johnny Cash's yard and was like, motherfucker, listen to this song I wrote. And it was Sunday Morning Coming Down. And like, that's one of fucking Johnny Cash's greatest songs. But I don't know how true that story is. This is just something my dad told me.
No, I mean, it's wild at some, like, because I don't know, you don't know this. There's a singer called Sia. I think her name's Sia. She wrote a lot of songs for like Katy Perry and Beyonce, I think. And like they all went to #1 top hits, but she wrote them,
Yeah.
Like without her, they would be nothing. And that's the magic of being an artist, I guess. But I would feel like if I wrote a song and you sung it for me and your version was better, that would fucking piss me off.
You're still going to get paid for it. That's how this works.
No, I know that's how it works, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, I could have done better.
Oh, I get it.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just selfish. I don't know.
I don't know either. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I'm going to burn through these couple because they're just kind of dumb.
How did she, just real quick on her, what was her death? How did she?
Accidental heroin overdose.
Accidental, because her band was recording some studio stuff. I think stopped in.
She missed a scheduled recording session, and they went to check on her in her hotel room, and she was dead.
She probably was like, I'm gonna get a little bit of bump, and then head over and overdid it. Definitely accidental, but at the same time, are drug overdoses really accidental? I mean, you're putting it in your body. Like you're putting it in your body.
Sometimes though, people cut heroin with fentanyl, and the buyer doesn't know that, and they put fentanyl in them, and they die. And like I said too, a lot of people get sober for a while, go back to using heroin, and they think they can shoot the same amount that they did a year ago, and their tolerance is at an all-time low. It's back to zero, and that's how they OD.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends that died that exact same way. Got clean first time they went out to get high, they fucking died.
Chasing that first high. I don't.
They call it chasing the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon. It's you're always chasing that first one, and you'll never hit that first one.
No, that's what they say. Yeah, that it's never. I mean,
like I don't know. I've never done heroin, but
right. A couple little fucking. Please don't, because that shit is awful.
Yeah. You don't want none of this shit, Dewey. Remember Walk Hard?
Oh, yeah.
Turns your bad thoughts into good.
Yeah.
I think
sounds expensive. It's
cocaine.
The cheapest. Yeah. Sounds expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is. It's like he's trying to talk him out of it, but everything he says is fucking great.
He's like, I don't want to get addicted. It's non-habitable.
Yeah, non-habit forming.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
I think I want to try some of this cocaine.
So, I got a couple more little fucking awesome facts here. These next two are kind of lame, but I'm going to say them anyways. I think it's dumb that the article I read said that she was like a pioneer for tattoos. Like she got tattoos before it was trendy. And it's like, no, like I'm pretty sure Egyptians like gave each other tattoos and shit, But anyway, on her outer wrist, she has a symbol that stands for liberation of women. But on her left breast, she has a heart. And what she says about this tattoo is, she said, I wanted some decoration. The one on my wrist is for everyone. The one on my tit is for me and my friends. Just a little treat for the boys, like icing on a cake.
Yeah.
She was
I'd like to party with her.
She was fairly promiscuous. I want to see
this tattoo. Like I want to see her tattoo.
I do. You just want to see her nip. But I don't know if this is true again, but I heard that she used to make clay molds of rock stars' dicks. Like she would take clay, wrap it around Jimmy's Jimmy, and then fucking let it dry. And then boop, right on the shelf, she's got fucking Jimmy's Jimmy just hanging out. Big veiny triumphant bastard.
Oh my god.
Like light a candle on that mantle, baby. fucked up. I don't know if it's true, dude, but this is what my brother told me this. So.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh, totally. Just sitting around getting high. It's like, pull your dick out. I'm gonna wrap some Play-Doh around it.
Let me go get my good Georgia clay.
It's like, damn, you got a lot of dildos. Like, oh, those aren't dildos, honey. That's fucking John Lennon, Jim Morrison's fucking wang. So another thing, I tried listening to fucking Janis Joplin last night to get in the mood while I'm doing research about her, and I just couldn't do it, man. I heard the song All Is Loneliness, and it's like the worst intro for any song I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's awful. But apparently that song like really, really came from her heart, because she said that she always feels lonely, even being surrounded by so many people all the time. And she said that she'd be on stage and she'd make love to 25,000 people at a time, but then she had to go home alone, you know? Yeah, it's kind of a little sad, I guess, you know? Anybody can have depression. Look at fucking Chester Bennington, the singer of Linkin Park. Like, that guy was on top of the... That's rad, dude. Like, absolutely not. Like, what the
And
fuck?
what's his name?
Chris Cornell.
Yeah,
Chris Cornell. Yeah. We could do an episode on like suicide and shit too.
So real quick, I got somebody that's watching us, a really good friend of mine.
Awesome, thank you.
We serve in the Army together. Like, it seems like every time we PCS or go somewhere, he's always following me, or I'm always following him. Like right now, he's here for school. McCannon, if you're watching, I want to give a shout out to McCannon. And I will say this: I'm out of whiskey, but I have some beer, and the duck is on the grill. He'll know what I'm talking about.
All right, I just want to say
you're probably like, what the fuck? But
I have no idea.
Boy, yeah,
that's an inside joke.
Yeah, it definitely is. But he's watching, and I give him a shout out. That dude can sing, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man. I've been at bars like hammered drunk. I almost wanted to take him home. I was like, sing it, brother, sing it. Like Tennessee whiskey, man. I was like, God damn, dude, you need to sign a deal, man.
Oh, so he's got like a nice manly country voice.
Yeah, he's about 6'3", about 250 pounds. Big old country Georgia boy.
Nice. I mean, he'd whoop my ass.
Like if we got into a fight at a bar, you would want him to go first. Like go ahead, McCann. Go ahead.
Right. I'm gonna order us another round. I'll be here when you get done whooping their asses.
Done kicking his ass.
I got a shot in the beer waiting for you. Well, I want to say I appreciate him watching, listening, and I also appreciate him serving in the military. I fucking love that shit, man. That's awesome. I'm just about done with Janis, so there's two really gnarly facts. I think you're gonna like this.
Okay.
So check this the fuck out. Woodstock, 1969, like the most memorable music festival of all time. A ticket cost $8 fucking.
Unreal.
And if you were fucking Mr. Fancy Pants and you were fucking rich Big Daddy Baller, it was $18 to go for all 3 days. But I also did research on inflation because I'm your fucking boy. And that's what I do.
$8 is a lot of goddamn money.
Yeah. No, yeah. $8 in 1969 is equivalent to $60.77 today. Which still, dude, that's not that bad to go to fucking Woodstock for $60 a day. That ain't shit, really.
Yeah.
And $18 in 1969 in today's money is only $136.74.
Damn.
So $136 to go to a 3-day fucking festival and see the greatest rock bands of all fucking time.
Well, there was some greats, but it wasn't the greatest because they wasn't allowed at Woodstock.
And who is that?
Just being real.
The Doors?
That is the Doors. You're welcome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the year when the Rolling Stones hired the Hells Angels for security and like all fucking hell broke loose? They were like stabbing people and shit. Like, I don't know if it was then or not, but I know that did happen.
It was Jimi Hendrix.
No, it was definitely the Rolling Stones hired Hells Angels for security.
No, I think it was Jimmy, dude.
No, I'm 100% correct. Yeah, I'll Google it if you want me to, or you can. But it was definitely the Rolling Stones. But I just don't remember what festival it was.
It was Jimi Hendrix.
No, because they were like, "Oh, we brought our own security." So the Hells Angels like stood in the front row and was like watching the crowd.
What? The Hells Angels took credit for everything anyway. So
Well, I mean, what
Well,
the fuck did you expect when you fucking hire them? You couldn't hire them to fucking do a birthday party without something happening, you know? Like, no disrespect to them, but they're a rowdy bunch. Like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? If somebody's pushing a Hell's Angel, he's not going to be like, oh, can you knock it off, please? I'm just trying to do my security job. No, he's going to break your fucking nose.
Yeah.
Ben said that it was a show in California, and it was definitely the Rolling Stones that hired the Hell's Angels.
Free event with Jefferson Airplane in Santana. It was the Rolling Stones. It was also at Woodstock too. Management of the Rolling Stones. Well, that was fucking the Rolling Stones. No, I swear I read somewhere a fight broke out at one of Jimi Hendrix's. I don't know.
No, you're wrong.
I've gone this whole episode without using a sample. I had to squeeze one in.
I forgot mine.
How dare you?
Fuck.
No, you're wrong. I didn't know who that was, dude. I was about to start fighting. I was about to start swinging hands.
Like someone's intercepting our feed.
Yeah, I was like, did you invite somebody? Like, what's going
on? All right. So you asked earlier if I knew like how much rock stars got paid back then.
Yeah.
Janis Joplin for Woodstock, she was like one of the only artists to get paid. A lot of them got stiffed. And Janis Joplin, how much do you think she got paid in 1969 to play Woodstock?
At Woodstock, I'm gonna say about $800.
$7,500.
Damn, that's a lot.
$7.5 grand, yeah.
That was a lot of $8 fees.
Straight up. Check this out. In today's money, that's $56,975.
No wonder she
crazy, right?
A Mercedes.
Yeah, no shit. And she still asked God to buy it for her. What the fuck?
It's weird.
That is a great song, though, man. It's a really, really awesome song. All right, I saved the best for last. You're gonna fucking love this. Are you ready for my last fucking fun fact about Janis Joplin?
Is it better than clay molded dicks?
Absolutely, 100%. It is.
Okay,
it is by far the best. Okay. She once broke a bottle of Southern Comfort over Jim Morrison's head and knocked him the fuck out cold.
Good.
Check this out. The next fucking day, Jim Morrison, apparently he was very turned on by this. And the next day he reached out to her producer, Paul Rothschild, and asked for her phone number. He gave it to her. He would blow her up, and she didn't want nothing to do with him. She just blew him off. And apparently that like really broke it. Apparently it really broke his heart. He was really upset about it. He loved Janis Joplin after she broke a fucking whiskey bottle over his head. I don't know why she did it. They were both bands were like doing rehearsal, and it could have been in the same building. I don't know. Because if you go to a recording studio, there's several rooms, you know?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, it was nothing back then for these stars to run together. You know, Jim met Manson, Charles Manson. Jim
a lot. Well, Charles Manson was in Haight-Ashbury in the height of it all in 1969. Right. He was real good friends with Dennis Wilson, the drummer of Beach Boys.
He had connections. I know it's off subject. I just wish he would have pursued him a little better than what he did. I mean, I'm not a fan of Charles Manson, but I am interested in.
I'll go on record and say it. I don't give a fuck. I'm wearing a fucking.
You know what I mean.
Look at my shirt. It says Charlie's Angels, and it's fucking Patricia Krenwinkel, Leslie Van Houten, and fucking Susan Atkins, but it says Charlie's Angels.
I want the shirt that says, "Remember, kids, Charlie loves you."
I've seen that. When I met Edward Furlong, the kid from American History X and Terminator 2 and shit, when I met him, he had a shirt. It was Mickey Mouse's body with Charles Manson's head on it, and it said Mickey Manson.
But you know what? Though, like society. Look, we're getting off topic. We'll do a Charles Manson.
Don't blame us.
Yeah. But society railroad his ass, man.
100%. I think so. And
they made
Vincent Bugliosi. And Vincent Bugliosi was a fucking prick.
Absolutely.
I think in March we should hit Charles Manson. We got some guests lined up. Some really fucking cool guests, man. We got Peter Anthony of Friday the 13th fame. I don't know if we should go ahead and say the other guy because he hasn't confirmed yet, right?
I just need to send him an email.
Right. But yeah, we got some guests lined up, and then in March I think we'll tackle Charles Manson because I want to read his book. I've read Helter Skelter several times, but I have the book that he wrote. It's called Manson in His Own Words, and I definitely want to read that. And then we'll fucking go into
that would be the best research. Would be his own shit, but
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
cool though with Janis like hitting fucking Jim.
Yeah, dude.
Why wasn't it like a Jim Beam bottle? Why did it have to be a Jack Daniels?
No, it was Southern Comfort because that was her fucking thing.
Oh,
you know?
So, yeah. Well, it was whiskey, so they all played at the whiskey. So.
Oh yeah, Whiskey a Go Go, and remind me if I don't think I have that in my notes, but Jim Morrison did some fucked up shit at Whiskey a Go Go.
Oh yeah.
So that's Janis Joplin, man. Again, I want to thank everybody for listening. I love the fucking comments. Keep them coming if you can correct us or if you have any fun facts that we might have missed.
If we missed something, don't blame us.
Yeah, please support our podcast if you can, man. We're getting ready to set up a Patreon. Are we there yet? Like, did we get approved for that yet? Or are we actually literally one listener away? Last time I checked, it was like one.
Yeah.
We were like one listener away, and that might be Ben, because Ben's I think this is his first time listening. So where are we at?
We get one more, and that opens the ambassador ads to get a little bit of kickback because I just upgraded this program to $50 fucking a month to
man,
even do this. So I'm like,
it'd be really nice to get some support from the listeners if we could, even if it was just $5 a month. $5 a month, $1 a month, that'd be awesome.
It's definitely, and it'll help with guests too, because these guests are not
cheap.
Yeah,
they're not free. They're not fucking free.
I don't think this is a good idea.
Right? Didn't that guy just say the F word last week?
Darren, I can't. This thing ain't going live anymore.
Yeah, right.
I wonder.
Fuck. Totally fucking blocked. What's up, EA Horror?
All because you said the word, and I don't know if this is my beep one.
Dude, you might have to go back and beep that accidental F word if you can.
All right. You said bagging, so I didn't hear.
Yeah, we were talking about Lord of the Rings, I think, and I was saying I was talking about Bilbo Baggins. It's like that. I was like, that fucking Baggins. So next, let's. You want to move on to fucking good old Kurt Cobain or what?
Yeah, let's go on to Kurt. I feel
this is my favorite of the four. He's my favorite in the Mount Rushmore of Club 27.
Yeah, I liked Kurt. Before we get started, and I'm sure I'll caveat on some of the stuff that you're going to say. I'd like to point this out, and I'd like to say this first. I don't think Courtney had anything to do with his death. Did she lead him? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, come on!
I'm telling you. For one, Kurt Cobain did not want to be in the spotlight at all. Like, he was humbled. He wanted to make music.
Yeah, he still wore fucking granny t-shirts from Salvation Army and shit. And she came home with like a brand new Mercedes. Yeah. And he was embarrassed. He made her take it back.
Celebrity Skin came out after his death. Like, it was like, come on, bitch.
Rumors, people from the Seattle scene that I've seen in interviews and shit all say that she was basically a rock star dick rider. She saw Kurt Cobain, knew that he was going to be the next big thing, and she rode his dick so she could ride that, rode his coattails so she could be famous. Absolutely. And people say she was a total poser. She talked in a fucking London accent because that's where punk rock was coming at the time.
Yeah.
And people say that Kurt was just a straight up shy guy. And Courtney literally went up to him at a show, put her arm around him, and was like, "You're my boyfriend now." And he's like, "Okay." Yeah.
You wanna go do some blow?
I think I don't know if she's the one who got him on the heroin. I heard that he started doing heroin because he had severe stomach pain, and that's why he started doing it. Yeah, dude. It's a hell of a painkiller.
So the next toothache or headache, I'm gonna just go get me some black tar.
No, it was a chronic disease. He had some
IBS.
Shit. He had something really wrong with the stomach. It could have been ulcers. But he had something really wrong with the stomach, and he did heroin to get rid of the pain of that. And I mean, it's fucking addicting shit, man. It'll destroy you. I heard he had a $3,000 a day heroin habit.
Jesus, dude, I don't even make that a month.
It sounds crazy. It could have been a $300 a day. I could be fucking up.
I don't know. I believe 3,000.
But either way, it's a lot. It was a lot per day. And I've asked, because it sounds like, yeah, right, that's bullshit. But if you have a high tolerance, man, I've asked some personal people that I know, and they're like, "Oh, $300 a day ain't shit if you got the tolerance for it. It's easy to do." I'm like, "Damn,
that's crazy, dude." Like,
I'd love to make $300. Like, how do these homeless people and drug addicts make enough money to support their habit? They don't eat. They don't got a place to live,
dude.
But they're making $300 a day. I would love to make $300 a day.
Butthole, dude. They sell their buttholes on the street, man.
Right? They could be. I know in Rockford, man. You go to Rockford, it's the panhandlers are so fucking bad. Dude, the city put up signs at like every intersection now that says panhandling is dangerous. Please do not give money to these people. Dude, if you really want to help, donate to this charity, this charity, this charity.
Like New Orleans.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
New Orleans, dude. New Orleans, under those big bridges that run like all over New Orleans. Like, it's like tent city with homeless people. The city has put concrete spikes.
Yeah, to keep them from fucking congregating there. And yeah, dude, it's nuts.
But you know what?
And people get mad about that. I've seen people post memes about like, this is bullshit. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's a touchy subject, but it's like, there's help out there if you want it, man. Whether it's with drugs or counseling or mental health or fucking grief or addiction or you're homeless or you're hungry, there's fucking programs out there to help people.
Absolutely.
If you want it, dude. So,
and not saying they're the best. But
join up for the fucking military if you're homeless. Join up for the fucking military.
Yeah.
They'll feed you and give you a place to fucking live, right?
Absolutely.
Would they let can someone with I'm not saying I'm gonna sign up for the army. I'm just curious. I was thinking about this the other day. Would the army take in a guy with neck and face tattoos?
So back in the day when I first joined, if you had a neck tattoo or anything like that, even people that were like combat veterans still in the army had a neck tattoo, they were kicking them out.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Even if it said like "I love America."
But each cabinet of whoever gets in, and they change the policies. Like right now, I don't know off the top of my head. I think maybe a neck tattoo is okay now. I don't know. It changes, dude. It changes. I know, they
didn't let your wife in the Marines, right? Because she had a fucking star on her hand, and they thought it was like Islam. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. She's like the whitest girl I've ever met in my life. Like, listen to her accent. She's not a fucking terrorist, you know?
Well, I had to.
Assholes.
They said that before I joined, I had to get a ball reduction. They said my balls were too big, so that was a big. That was a big step for me, man. Taking a few. You know, I got to sign up.
Fucking
like,
God.
Your balls are too big, you know. So I had to get a reduction. It's whatever, man. It's the life I live.
So at the size they are now, they used to be bigger. That's crazy.
Right? Isn't that crazy? Like things I do for my country. But anyway.
I appreciate your sacrifice of your testicular fortitude, sir. And then his boxers say, "Thanks for the support."
That's a good idea.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Damn, I haven't even gotten to notes yet, and we've been talking about Kurt Cobain for like 7 fucking minutes. Oh my God. Are we going to officially talk about Kurt Cobain now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's fucking go. So he was born February 20th in 1967. He died April 5th on my daughter's birthday, 1994.
Oh, wow.
He went to Aberdeen High School in Aberdeen, Washington. He's considered to be the spokesperson for Generation X and most influential musician of alternative rock. I guess I can kind of agree with that, with like spokesperson for Generation X. Yeah. But like, that's definitely not what he wanted to do. He didn't want that weight on his shoulders. He was just trying to make rock and roll music, dude. He was trying to be a kid growing up in Seattle with stomach pains and trying to fucking play his guitar, you know?
Mm-hmm. He just wanted to make music, man.
Yeah. You know, can you guess what year they formed in Nirvana?
I'm going to say...
He died in 94.
I'm going to say 1983.
87. Damn, you went way back. I thought you'd be like 1990 because Nirvana to me is like the epitome of the 90s. They're like one of the biggest things of the 90s. So, but they formed in 1987. They established themselves in the Seattle music scene, which later became known as grunge. They had global success with the song "Smells Like Teen Spirit." Do you know where that song title came from?
I'm going to say a gymnasium.
No, why?
I don't know.
Because the video?
I
Because the
I left
video?
this one up to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Jock strap. That's what it smelled like.
No. Well, I'm imagining that Kurt Cobain was probably a broke kid. He's just hanging out trying to fucking party with, scraping by with the bare minimum,
Yeah.
Some girl at a party wrote on the wall, Kurt smells like Teen Spirit. And Teen Spirit was like a lady deodorant. So I bet that Kurt Cobain was broke as fuck, didn't have his own deodorant, went in someone's bathroom and just threw on deodorant so he didn't stink. And it was girl deodorant. And some chick wrote on the wall, Kurt smells like Teen Spirit. And that's how that song title came up.
That's how it was born, and millions of dollars was made.
Yeah, no shit.
Damn, I need to start paying attention to what I do around here. I might.
Straight up. He totally hated being famous. He always thought his message and artistic vision was misinterpreted by the public. He struggled with heroin, depression, stomach problems. He took heroin for stomach pain. He had a very tumultuous fucking marriage. Like, dude, these people were so fucking out of their goddamn mind. There was this interview where it was like Rolling Stone or somebody came to Kurt and Courtney's house, and he's just fucking out of it on the couch in a winter hat and sunglasses on. It's dark as fuck in the room. And there's like these baby doll heads all over the place. And Kurt Cobain's just like, yeah, man, that's what Courtney does. She just likes making art out of doll heads. And in the background, Courtney Love is like, where the fuck is Francis? Like, they lost their fucking kid and shit. Like,
I mean, nice cigarettes.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's like, what the fuck, man? They were so out of their fucking gourds. In March of 1994, he overdosed on champagne and Rohypnol. Rohypnol is a benzo. It treats severe insomnia. It's terrible on your fucking liver. And it's supposed to be used only short term. Like, it's such a serious drug. You're not supposed to take it like every day. You're supposed to take it for severe insomnia. Like, if you really fucking can't sleep, don't take 9 pills like Jimi Hendrix did. You take one fucking Rohypnol. But this is what's fucked up, is I bet that Kurt Cobain had full access to this drug because, money. Even if you don't got insurance, man, you got money. You can pay the fucking doctor. You're gonna get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson had endless amounts of money, and he was on all kinds of fucking pills. That's what killed him was fucking pills.
Yeah.
But after his
in-house doctor or something overdosed him or some shit.
Yeah.
From what I gather. Anyway, keep going. And then fentanyl killed, I think, Prince, but whatever.
Fentanyl?
Yeah, I think this
is Rohypnol is what killed, or what he didn't die from this. He just overdosed.
Yeah.
He was taking sleeping pills and drinking champagne, and he overdosed. He entered a detox program, and April 8th, he was found dead at home in the attic of a garage. It's like a greenhouse or a garage or something, like separate. It was on the property, but separate from the house.
Yeah.
And he was found in the attic. Nirvana was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2014, and it was the first year they were eligible to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And I think that's cool because I think a lot of bands, it has to be so many years before they're even eligible, and they don't always get in the Hall of Fame that first year. It could take up to decades. And the first fucking year they were eligible, 2014, they inducted them into the Hall of Fame. And I think it's well deserved. That's pretty cool. Rolling Stone included Kurt Cobain into their top 100 songwriters of all time, included him in their top 100 guitarists of all time, and top 100 singers of all time. MTV ranked him number 7 in 22 greatest voices of all time. In 2006, he was placed 20th by Hit Parader magazine for greatest metal singer of all time, which he's not really a metal singer, but okay.
Yeah, we get it.
I think a lot of it just... they were a metal magazine.
Yeah, I get it.
They were a metal mag, but it's it's a lot of metalheads like Nirvana, and I get it. To me, they were more like punky, more alternative, whatever, grunge, whatever. They were definitely their own style. I get it. And he's fucking obviously talented. Kurt Cobain is a very fucking talented guy. But I think a lot of the fucking shit of why he's one of the greatest voices and guitar players of all fucking time is because of the hysteria that's wrapped around with his death. Like, a premature death can do a lot for somebody's career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if he was alive today? Who knows? He'd probably be doing some fucking Bob Dylan shit, some acoustic shit.
Yeah, think about it surrounding all these musicians. Like, if they were still alive today, would they be as good as they are today? If they were still,
Dude, I bet you have two.
Would they be as popular? Because you know what I mean. Like, if you keep look at Neil Young that just canceled himself because of Joe Rogan's podcast.
Dumbass.
Like, Neil Young was the shit.
It's either me or Joe Rogan. They're like, later, dude.
Well, he was the shit in his time. He did maybe one song. Maybe
yeah,
two.
Sorry, man. You're irrelevant now compared to Joe Rogan. He's fucking.
Yeah. How are you going to compete to that? You're dumb.
Yeah, it's just, that was dumb of him. That was really dumb of him. He's going to lose a lot of money on that.
I'm using that as an example. Let's say Kurt Cobain did some stupid shit and everybody's like, who
Fuck
cares?
that guy.
He's washed up because
Yeah,
he's
you're
lived
right.
forever. But these kids, all 27, die young and their legend lives forever. They make more money now dead than what they did, then. And that's crazy. I can't wrap my head around something like that. For one, they're all 27. They all died at 27. The conspiracy with the selling your soul to the devil to make music, and maybe their contract ran out at the age of 27. Matter of fact,
that's a hot fucking never thought of that.
And listen to this. In an interview, Jimi Hendrix says, "The rate I'm going, I am not going to live to see 28." So, what the fuck, man? You got Jimmy, Janis, Jim, London.
That's funny.
Paris. All overseas. Just what?
Yeah, that is strange.
And
that's
Amy
funny.
Winehouse.
Coolio in the song Gangsta's Paradise, he's like, I'm 23, never will I live to see 24. The way things is going, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's
that's a lot.
He's 58 now.
No, I know. I've met him, dude, at Days of the Dead. It was nobody was there to see that guy at all.
Nah, dude, he's washed up, man.
But Gangsta's Paradise was a great fucking song.
I'm not saying he's washed up, but
it's just funny that quote is so comparable.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But the Coolio quote is so comparable to the Jim Morrison one. It makes me wonder if Coolio heard that quote from somewhere and took it and
Jimi Hendrix
paraphrased it.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Jimmy said that, not Jim Morrison?
Hendrix said that. He said in an interview, the way things are going, I will not see.
And what does he mean by the way things are going? Was he involved with the gang shit?
That's what I'm saying. You can go into these theories, but I just think that man was just so trying to perform and he just kept going. He was a workaholic.
Yeah. I was telling you last night that 27 is probably around the time where your body is just like, look, man, I really can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And it starts to fucking fight back, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Benny says, I've always asked that question about Big and Puck. Would they be held such a high regard?
Yeah, and I was actually going to get into that.
Well, I say this real quick. I know you were about to say something, but I wish those two would have not got killed because I think they would have been still around to clean up the bullshit rap that we have today. That's just me. That's me talking. I think had them two still been around, rap would not be this mumble shit. This I don't
know.
Bullshit.
Evolution in music has always been there.
But
I don't know.
You still got others that paved the way that
for sure.
They sit back and rap today is crap.
No, I know, but fucking, I bet Run DMC thought the same thing about fucking, Death Row Records and shit,
Yeah.
But anyway, I think fucking, it's crazy. Biggie only had 2 CDs. He died before his second one came out. And he's a fucking legend off 2 records. And I think Tupac was a fake fucking gangster. He was a fakester. He wasn't a fucking thug. He was a fucking, he was a theater nerd.
Well,
he used to do dance up.
He had to run with Suge Knight to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's be careful who you pretend to be.
Yeah.
I think be careful who you pretend to be. Be careful who you associate yourself with. Yeah. And Tupac was in fucking jail. The reason why he got signed on death row is because Suge was apparently Tupac was getting treated like a bitch in jail. They were fucking him up. And Suge's like, I can get you out of this, but you got to do a 10 fucking album deal with me. I'll post your $3 million bail, get you out. You're just going to sign a 10 CD deal with fucking death row. And Tupac's like, I'll do anything to get the fuck out of here. Get me out of here. That's when he was in jail for rape allegations, I think. And when he got on, that's why Tupac was cranking out so many fucking CDs back to back, because he wanted to get out from under death row's thumb. He wanted to release those 10 albums, get the fuck off that label. But yeah, hanging out with people like that, man, it's going to get you fucking killed. And the ego's involved. Because I bet you that if Biggie and Tupac could have just fucking been like, dude, let's talk this shit out. Like, are you really mad at me? Like, what the fuck? But it was egos. It was cameras. It was everyone in their face. It was fucking media.
It was,
you got their fucking people backing them up.
West Side.
Yeah, and you're not going to back down and look like a bitch if you're the baddest gangster rapper of all time.
Yeah.
You're not going to back down and look like a bitch.
Yeah.
But I would love to do a whole segment on, or I mean, episode on like the OGs of rap, dude, like fucking NWA.
Absolutely.
There's a great book called Original Gangstas, and it's all about fucking Eazy-E and NWA. Ben, if you haven't read that book, get it, man. It's called Original Gangstas, and it's fucking amazing. This guy wrote, it took him like 10 years to write this book. He did so much fucking research. It's a great fucking book. Let's get back on to Kurt Cobain. I apologize, everybody, about
you're
the
good,
fucking,
man.
But you were talking. I said I bet if Kurt Cobain lived, he'd probably go on to do some Bob Dylan type shit.
Yeah.
And that was just a random thought in my head. That is not a part of my script here. But it's funny to think though. A few lines down, I noticed that the song "Polly" by Nirvana. You know that song?
Yeah.
It's all about a girl getting abducted and raped and, beaten and shit. Bob Dylan heard that fucking song, and that's his favorite Nirvana song. And when Bob Dylan heard that song, he said, quote, "That kid has heart." He's talking about raping a girl. What the fuck is wrong with Bob Dylan, man?
I always liked Plateau and Ring of Fire.
Oh, those are Lake of Fire.
Or Lake of Fire, I'm sorry. Yeah, those two were probably one of my two favorites.
Plateau's great. I also really love Man Who Sold the World.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's like a David Bowie cover or some shit.
Didn't he like meet somebody in a lobby or something? Maybe I'm getting confused.
I don't know.
There's a story behind that song.
Who, David Bowie and Man Who Sold the World?
I think it's Kurt Cobain and somebody.
Oh, because I think it's a David Bowie cover. It was on the MTV Unplugged in New York. That was the first CD I ever owned, by the way. I was 8 years old, and Mommy and Daddy are like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "A boombox and a CD." And they were like, "All right." No, not David Bowie, you fuckface. It was MTV's Unplugged in New York, Nirvana.
Oh, I thought you had David Bowie. Okay, whatever.
Asshole. No, Mommy and Daddy was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "A CD and a boombox." And they took me. I picked out 3 CDs that day, and they said yes. I got Pantera, Far Beyond Driven, Nirvana, Unplugged in New York, and fucking Offspring Smash. But anyway. Oh, and I also really like, I'm pretty sure The Man Who Sold the World's a David Bowie cover. And there's also a fucking song, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? He's talking to his girlfriend, like, "Where did you fucking sleep last night, you fucking dirty whore?
Yeah,
you
that
cheating
was definitely
bitch."
Oh,
that's a cover song as well. That's a cover, like that Unplugged in New York CD is a lot of them are cover songs.
So
from like Meat Puppets and
MTV's Unplugged.
Oh, they were so good.
That was so. I tell you, the best one was.
I'd say Bring It Back, but all these bands nowadays, I don't care to hear them unplugged.
Fuck that. It was Alice in Chains.
Yeah,
Alice in Chains.
No, they were
MTV Unplugged, and I tell you another one. I think it was Godsmack did it. MTV Unplugged. So they
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they did. They did something acoustically, but anyway, yeah, MTV Unplugged, dude, was the shit. And that was one of the best ones that Kurt Cobain, one of his performances, I think, was one of his better ones.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get on. We're going on way too many tangents, man. That's my fucking fault, though.
We got the main event, man. We got to fucking...
Yeah, we got to pull it together for that one. Check out a couple of original band names before they were called Nirvana. I thought these are pretty funny. Pen Cap Chew. Like you chew on a pen cap. It's terrible fucking band name, but I think they wanted it to sound like Japanese or something, like a pen cap chew. You know, like...
He must have been like super high when he was fucking...
Oh, I bet. Ted Ed Fred was an original band name.
Original.
Fucking stupid. That was one of their band names before calling Nirvana. Check this out. They were also called Skid Row.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it Skid Row didn't... No, fucker.
No, Motley Crue.
Well, Motley Crue... they fucking
they-
lived on Skid Row.
Yeah, Skid Row. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
But no, Skid Row was fucking Sebastian Bach's band. They're a bunch of New Jersey kids, and they became Skid Row. But Nirvana was called Skid Row before Skid Row was called Skid Row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check this out. Another band name, Fecal Matter.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's wholesome, right?
Yeah.
I'd buy that record for my 6-year-old daughter.
Fuck yeah, I would hand that down to my son.
So, anyway, earlier I said about his tumultuous, if that's the right word I'm using. His marriage was awful. His bassist wanted nothing to do with it, did not embrace it, encourage it, nothing. He's like, do not marry this crazy bitch. He didn't even go to the wedding. Could you imagine the bass player of your band doesn't even come to your wedding because he's like, dude, what are you doing? Don't marry her. And I think when Nirvana, like, they didn't care about the money, man, at first, right?
Right.
And they split it 3 fucking ways. And then not until Courtney came in and convinced Kurt to be like, yo, you need to redo your fucking deal with the label. Like, you need to get the majority of the money. You're writing all the fucking songs. And the other 2 guys were like, all right, whatever. I don't care, you know? But, like, I bet that's when shit started getting fucked up. But it's not like the band broke up or anything. He just fucking died. But here's another cool little story. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard this. And you know their CD, Nevermind?
Yeah.
The way they came up with that title is they were like, dude, we should name our CD this. And then they were like, oh, never mind. And they were like, dude, let's just name it Nevermind. I think it's pretty fucking cool. Did you hear about this bullshit with the kid on the cover? That would be cool. Nevermind. There's a podcast out there called Well Anyway. It's my wife's cousin. It's called Well Anyway, and it's I
think I heard you on that one.
Yeah, that's what it started. My whole inspiration to fucking do podcasts. But I think that's kind of a cool title, especially for people like you and I who go on tangents, because we're always like, well, anyway.
I'll name mine.
Oh, I fucking know. I swear to God.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
I was gonna fucking say that exact same thing. I was like, dude, we should call it and because I always say, I'm like, try to stay away from that. It's the fucking devil.
Have you heard Have you heard
yeah, right.
Say it.
Enema. Yeah. No, it's
Fuckers. Who's that? I just said it. That'd be crazy. That'd be good. That's smart.
Yeah, it's all right. I almost said before I started reading again. God damn it, Aaron.
You should have said it.
Anyway, so their daughter's name is Frances Bean. Dude, her godparents, she's got some pretty cool godparents. Her godfather is Michael Stipe, the singer of REM. Check out who her fucking godmother is.
Amy Winehouse.
Casey.
Casey Anthony?
No, you're wrong.
It's Casey Becker.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, the first girl to get killed in the Scream, the greatest movie of all time. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, my notes are fucked up. It's Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore is Frances Bean's godmother. When I said Casey Becker, he's like, no shit. He was pretending like he knew who it was.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're like, oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. How dare you?
God damn it. Oh, I'm the worst fucking best friend of all time. So, check this out. Here's another crazy fucking fact. I don't want to call this a fun one. It's kind of a fucked up one. We'll call it a fucked fact. Kurt Cobain actually overdosed before playing a show, dude. On July 23rd in 1983, he OD'd on heroin. Or 1993, I bet. Yeah, 1993. My handwriting is awful.
You said I bet.
Fuck. But dude, he turned blue and everything, and he recovered and he played the gig and he did a magazine photo shoot later that day. The show was July 23rd, 1993 in New York's Roseland Ballroom. And like their spokesperson said, yeah, man, Nirvana could be pretty professional when they need to be. It's like, he fucking overdosed on heroin before the show. That's not just because he stood back up and did the fucking concert and then later a photo shoot. That's still pretty irresponsible, man. It's very gangster. Step aside, Tupac.
Yeah.
So
hold my syringe.
I got this shit. Hold my syringe. That's fucking nasty. Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious. God. All right, man. You ready for the main event?
The main event. Yes. The
Main event. Were you trying to do a sample? I didn't mean to cut yours off.
No,
man.
you're good, man.
We do that all the time. We'll like press samples at the exact same time. It's like, fuck. So let's get into
wavelength.
Jim Morrison, your fucking boyfriend, man.
My boyfriend. Yeah, he's my man crush, dude.
I'm going to go on record and say he's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, when you're given a lot of money and you're fueled by drugs and alcohol, I mean, you kind of are a douchebag.
Well, if every girl you meet wants to fuck you, and every guy you meet wants to be like you, everywhere you go, you're told you're the fucking shit. That's got to fuck with you, dude. Everybody wants to give you free drugs, buy you a beer. You can't go take a piss without somebody following you and being like, dude, your fucking music saved my life, bro. Do this line with me,
Dude.
That's got to fuck with you.
Yeah, it does. And that's the story behind his fame is that's why he went to Paris, because of exactly that. Other than that, he was
they had better drugs.
other than well, here you go do it. Other than I think he was on probation for decent exposure or something like that.
What, probably when he whipped his dick out and pissed on the bar at Whiskey A Go Go?
It was all coming down on him. And
so, all right, Jim Morrison. Was there anything else you wanted to say before I got into this, or?
No, go ahead, man.
All right.
No, you're good, dude. No, go ahead, man. Get your research out there.
So Jim Morrison was born on December 8th, 1943. He died July 3rd, 1971. He was buried July 7th in Père Lachaise, I don't know. I don't speak French. Cemetery in Paris. Did you know he went to FSU?
Yes.
You did know that?
I did know he went, and he left and went west. But
I remember there was a time when you were telling me, didn't you get a pop figure or something, or a shirt or something that had a blue Mustang on it? And you were trying to tell me the story, and you're like, man, I don't really remember the story behind it, but there's this fucked up story I found out for you, my friend.
Yeah,
are you ready?
My memory. Yeah, refresh my memory.
So he had a Ford Mustang, and he nicknamed it the Blue Lady. He'd freak everybody out by driving like a fucking asshole, and he called the passenger seat the death seat. It's funny because I wonder if Quentin Tarantino's movie Death Proof could have been inspired by the Blue Lady, the Mustang that Jim Morrison owned. It could have been. One time Jim Morrison fell off stage drunk at the Shrine Auditorium, and beforehand he told his bandmates, this is why I think he's kind of a douche. He says, I'm going to get drunk as I can possibly. Sorry, let me redo that. I'm going to get drunk as I can possibly get, and then I won't be responsible. It'll just be the phenomenon manifesting itself through me while I'm blotto. So it's like, I don't know, man. You're going to play at this show, and you're just like, I'm going to get fucking shit hammered, guys. Fuck you if I fucking sound like shit. Dude, I'm not drunk. It's just the phenomenon manifesting through me. It's like, fuck you, you fucking wannabe guru. Get out there and sing. Do your job. You know how fucking pissed I'd be if I spent $8 to go see Jim Morrison in 1969 and all he did was fucking fall off the stage shit hammered? I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, that would piss me off too, but I think during the time it was like the norm. It's like, we got to go to this concert because it's either he's going to do this or that, but we got to go.
Yeah, let's see how fucked up he gets tonight. Yeah, he might fucking pull his dick out. Like a Gigi
Allen concert, like, yo, we might get some shit thrown at us, but we got to go, man.
Yeah, we should do an episode on Gigi Allen. Like, I've seen footage of him, like, kissing dudes in the front row, like, putting his tongue in their mouths, and, like, some of them were letting him do it. And then, like, this one dude, he was kind of like, what the fuck? And, like, kind of tongued him back.
Yeah.
And then stepped back and punched him in the face, and then Gigi Allen just beat the shit out of him. And he looked like a little kid, dude. He looked like 15.
If we get enough money going with this thing, I can get his brother Merle to come on here.
Yeah, definitely. Because you've talked to him about it, right? But we're gonna have to pay him.
It's gonna cost money.
So again, if the listeners could support this podcast, we'd really fucking appreciate it. So Bob Haidt was the singer of Canned Heat, and he gave Jim Morrison a lump of hash. Are you familiar with hashish? You're supposed to fucking smoke it.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, you have no idea. You don't do drugs. You're in the military.
Yep.
How dare I ask that question?
I don't know what it is.
So hash, you're supposed to smoke it, and fucking Jim Morrison swallowed it. I'd be like, dude, that's a waste of drugs, you fucking idiot. But I bet he was just like, I'm fucking Jim Morrison. Oh, thanks for the hash, and he just swallowed it. Like, what a fucking goofball. But he ended up passing out and getting rushed to a hospital, and he got saved by a bunch of fucking nuns. It was like a fucking Catholic hospital. And dude, when he woke up, he's surrounded by nuns in this bright light. He thought he died and went to heaven. He's like,
that's awesome.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
You fucking OD or whatever. Like, he didn't OD, it's marijuana, you know, but
yeah,
he fucking passed out, got rushed to the hospital, and woke up. A bunch of fucking nuns. That's fucking funny.
That'd freak me out. That's like almost like on the interstate, you falling asleep and there's a truck hauling another truck that's looking like it's coming towards you, and you speed up, hit the brakes, and wake your friend up and yell. I did that to my buddy Dixon on our way to Florida. We just got back from Iraq, and there was a truck hauling another truck, and it looked like it was in our lane. I was like, oh, yeah. Went up.
You're
like,
such a prick.
Fuck. He's like fucking, yeah, it's a sick joke, but it was
no,
there's
this joke I've heard before. It's like, I want to die quietly in my sleep like my grandpa, not screaming and begging for their lives like all of his passengers.
Ooh.
You get it?
Yeah.
He fell asleep at the wheel?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. I'm like, I thought it was funnier than that. You didn't even laugh. You're
funny.
Like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, why would you tell me that joke, you asshole? It's better than all the dead baby jokes. I hate those.
I'm never driving in a car with you ever.
Yeah, right? Fuck that. So, we already talked about how he pissed on the bar top of Whiskey A Go-Go. Jim Morrison was just the type of dude, he preferred bars than parties. Like, for some reason, he hated parties. He was a bar guy. I don't know why, but you know how we talked about death trips a lot? He was always talking about death trips.
Yeah, he always wanted to die. And
like his death trip thing, it came from because when he got the news that Janis Joplin died and when he got the news that Jimi Hendrix died, he was tripping on acid both times. And that's when he talks about death trips, man. Death's a trip. And like, but it's like, it's Jim fucking Morrison. Like, how often did this guy take acid? I bet pretty much every time he was told anything in the news, he's probably tripping his balls off, you know?
Yeah, he woke up taking acid.
Yeah, right. What the fuck? So after 1969, that's when he started to get real bad into cocaine. Despite everybody's belief, a lot of people were like, Jim Morrison hated coke. He never did coke. Well, after 1969, he fucking loved cocaine. And he was really good friends with a dealer named Violet. She was also known as the Cocaine Queen. And I wonder if, you know, the part in the Oliver Stone movie, The Doors, when that chick is interviewing him, and then she like takes him to her house and they do drugs and they get all trippy and weird and naked and start fucking, and Val Kilmer's humping her thigh. It's like, it's a sex scene, but clearly he's fucking her knee. Like, go back and watch that scene. It's like so dumb.
I remember it.
He's just pounding the shit out of her kneecap, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. But one cool thing about Jim Morrison, man, he basically predicted the future with music evolution. In an interview, they were like, what do you think music is going to be like after you're dead and gone? And he's like, eventually, man, I don't think they're going to be bandmates. It's just going to be like a guy with a computer. And look how fucking right he was. Like, your fucking DJs, your fucking rap beats. A lot of them aren't live drums and guitar, man. That shit's all fucking analog now, dude.
Panel, yeah, man.
Yeah, not analog. I mean, like digital, because I think analog is like, you know. But yeah, man, it shows how much I know about the tech.
Well, you know, he's his music and just him in general on his poetry was well ahead of his time, and I'm pretty sure everybody, that's all you hear about Jim Morrison. Oh, they were just so ahead of their time. But some of their songs, man, if you just like read the lyrics, I get it, listen to the song, but just read the lyrics, man, you're like, holy shit.
Some of them are poetic, and like, I get nonsense. Like, when I write, dude, I try to use double entendres, metaphors, similes. I try to keep all my lyrics open to interpretation, to where I could give my song to 10 different people and all 10 of them would be like, I think the song's about this. Well, I think the song's about that.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times, bro, no lie, I'm so fucking hammered when I write songs. The next day, I'm like, what the fuck was I talking about? But they're dope. They're dope lyrics.
These are
you know,
fucking great.
yeah. And I'm like, I
Don't
have
even
no
remember.
idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I tell stories about fictional characters that I invent, like Beauty in a Body Bag. Do you think I really fucking killed a girl? No, just a story.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
that's
And so who
like
knows?
the-
Like Jim Morrison's on his trip and he's just writing words down and making them rhyme
That's
and
like,
making them sound cool, man.
One of his songs, "The End," was probably one of those songs where you can relate anything to.
Wasn't it like a
depending on-
12-minute song or some shit?
Yeah, 12 minutes. You can relate it to death. He actually wrote it because he broke up with a girl. It was actually a song on a breakup. But everybody interpreted it as, well, he's talking about death. But I guess it's all how you relate to it, you know, because it could relate to death, it could relate to a breakup, it could relate to kicking a drug
I think it's a bunch of
addiction.
fucking nonsense that he probably wrote over a matter of days, over a couple different trips. Like he fucking wrote some shit down.
Yeah.
A couple days later, went back to it, added more, and you're feeling different on each day. Because at one point in the song, he talks about a killer walking down the hallway
Yeah.
and him opening
Like
up his mom and dad's bedroom door. Father, I'm here to kill you. Mother, I'm here to fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what is that a metaphor
takes-
for? That's what I want to know.
Takes a face from the ancient gallery and walks on down the hall.
Like a mask. Yeah.
To me, I'm thinking that's a mask. And during that time, you know, if you were a famous killer in those times, like society exploited the shit out of you. So maybe that's where he was coming up with it, you know, with the whole metaphor of like, well, in this song, he takes a face from the ancient gallery. Let's say that's me fighting my own demons, you know, or that's me kicking the addiction, or you know, anything you
Or
can
just
interpret.
hiding from society, hiding my real, like, the
Yeah,
way I
like-
really feel inside.
Yeah,
It could be a metaphor for that. And
You could-
possibly
you
the
could-
killing thing. Maybe his dad was a dick and it was a metaphor for killing his childhood. The fucking the mother thing could have been like, they say every man is grown to marry his own mother. And
Yeah.
maybe the chick that broke up with him reminds him of his mom. That's why I'm here to fuck you. Like, it could be metaphorical, but I think it's a bunch of nonsense. But what do I know? I don't write songs. Fuck me, right?
I mean, yeah, you didn't even turn the fucking mic around the right way, so.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? I can't hear you. But yeah, seriously, it's like he was definitely talented, and I think he was a wordsmith, I guess. And I think that sometimes he didn't even know what he was talking about. But dude, they stood
Yeah.
the test of time, you know. My brother Tim,
Yeah.
that's dead, his favorite song was Roadhouse Blues, the keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel. Because he was a
Yeah.
race car driver. So that was his fucking my brother
That was his
Tim, he
jam?
said, yeah, because he said every hero needs a theme song. And Roadhouse Blues by the Doors is my theme song. That's what he's saying.
That's awesome.
I think it's a pretty cool saying, man.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty radical. So, pull up that picture of Jim Morrison and his dog. I bet you were
All
like, why the fuck? Like, it's like 3:00 in the morning, and I'm sending you pictures of Janis Joplin in a fur coat and Jim Morrison and a dog, and you're like, where the fuck is this guy gonna go with this shit tomorrow? So I just figured we'd talk about his dogs for a second, just because it's a little fun fact that a lot of people probably don't know, and everybody loves dogs. So, but Jim and his long-term girlfriend had a dog named Sage, and Sage ended up outliving both of them, dude. They both died before this
Wow.
fucking dog died. Yeah, and when he moved, check this out. When he moved to fucking Paris, he would send money back to fucking LA or whatever to his girlfriend, like money for the dog, like for treats and toys and shit. Like he was paying child support for a fucking dog. He'd FedEx money, and it's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not sending you money. That's for the dog, man. He also had two other dogs named Stoner, which is like, okay, man, we get it. You're a fucking
Okay,
hype.
we get it. Yeah,
And then the other one was Thor.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just thought it was something cool to
Yeah, that's
talk about.
cool. I didn't even know that.
Again, Ben asked where to support the podcast from. We'll get into that after the episode. I'm almost done with the Jim Morrison thing, and I'm sure you got things you want to say about Jim too, right?
Yeah. The only thing I really got to say about Jim, I know he's the main event of everything, and it was more or less just I was just happy just to bring him up. Your facts basically hit up everything that I wanted to say, other than the fact that the conspiracy around his death.
You want to do that last?
Yeah,
Since
we'll do
that's-
that last. I'll say my
Okay.
piece on that, and then we'll
All right.
do what the giveaway is for people to enter.
Okay, cool.
And we'll cut it.
So here's just a couple quick things about him. He had a freak out in Jamaica. Did you ever hear about this?
No, what was that?
After a show on March 1st in 1969, the Doors hid out in Jamaica. Jim stayed in his own house smoking strong ass weed. You know them Jamaicans got the good Doja Manoja, right? So he got super fucking paranoid. He freaked out and he thought everyone was trying to kill him. And according to this girl, I don't know who she is, but her name's Eva Gardoni. She says that that's when he got in touch with his relationship with black people. That's when Jim Morrison, he's like, before that, Jim Morrison always said he never understood black people. He never trusted them. And he always felt that he was a white boy not understanding my place in this whole thing. So I'm thinking that he fucking took way too much weed, smoked way too much dope in Jamaica, high as fuck, freaking out. Everyone's here to kill me, man. And all these black dudes in Jamaica are like, chill out, man. It's cool. It's just weed, you know? That was like a fucking Osama bin Laden, fucking Bob Marley accent. I'm terrible at accents. I apologize. But so basically he's like rocking back and forth, cold sweats, high as fuck. I want to go home. Yeah, right. And all these black dudes are like, this fucking guy, like, dude, relax, eat a fucking corn dog, you know? Like, fucking chill out. We got coconuts and shit, you know? Fucking relax, man. And that's when he like, that's when he had like this epiphany about like, oh, fucking black people are pretty cool. But it's like, you were friends with fucking Jimi Hendrix, I bet, you know? Like, what the fuck? But the 60s were weird, man. They were fucking wild. Like, we were just coming out of, you know, all the fucking racial bullshit, you know? So I don't know what it was like for black or whites living back then. I can't say anything about it. I wasn't fucking there, you know?
Yeah. It was definitely a time of its, you know, that was part of what the 60s and 70s were with the whole black and white thing, you know?
I'm glad I wasn't there for that shit. I'd much rather
me
be
too,
here.
man. That's, you know, it seems like we're just going in reverse, but that's here nor there.
Right. All right. So the last thing I'm going to say about it, apparently Jim Morrison hated Woodstock. Here's another thing where I think he's kind of is pretentious the right word? Kind of a fucking condescending little arrogant asshole. He hated Woodstock. He told his publicist, Leon Barnard, he told his publicist that he thought Woodstock was, quote, 500,000 people wallowing in limbo. And it's like, that's how you're going to talk about your fans, you fucking dick. These people paid money to come see you, took days off work. Who knows where they traveled from, how far they've came. They're standing in the fucking heat. They all smell like shit. They're waiting fucking like hours and hours to fucking see your fucking ass. And that's what you're going to say about them? But like, I get it, man. You're fucking cool, bro. I get it. You're awesome. But don't be a fucking jerk off about it.
But you know, at the same time, though, like, they made the right decision. Who's to say they would have got skimmed on the fucking money?
What do you mean? Who?
Well, Janis Joplin.
The Doors didn't play Woodstock 69.
No, dude. They were like, I think apparently they were banned from Woodstock because of Jim Morrison's shit he was doing on stage, you know?
Okay. See, now I apologize then. I thought they did play it and he hated it because he's like, all these fucking people are fucking, they're just wallowing in limbo, man.
He probably said that because they weren't allowed to play it.
Okay, I get it now. So I misunderstood and I apologize. That my opinion on it was that I thought he was playing in front of 500,000 people and was basically calling them all fucking jerk offs. So okay, I get it. He was definitely arrogant though, like, and we don't know how fucking real this is in the movie, the Oliver Stone movie, when they all get off the fucking bus or plane or whatever, and they're all like, "Hey, what's your name and what instrument do you play?" And they're all like, "I'm fucking this guy, and I play keyboards." It's first and last name, introducing themselves very professionally, and then Jim Morrison's like, "I'm Jim, man." And like, it's just like, what a dick, you know. But it's like, bitch, you know who I am.
Like, yeah.
But it's like, he knows. It's like, bitch, you know who I am. How dare you? You know, you're gonna ask me who I am, you fucking bitch.
That's funny.
I get it, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. You know, I don't know. What's with the Lizard King thing? Don't you know about that? They call him Lizard King.
I think
he had quite a few nicknames.
I think it was part of like his ego.
Like an alter ego.
Yeah. because he was a ladies' man. Like everybody wanted him.
The latest man.
And he could do anything. I'm the Lizard King. I just think that was like part of his not so much maybe ego, but part of his show. Like, he was arrogant. So, the kid had money. He had drugs given to him. He was like the sexiest man of his time.
There's 3 things right here of why he was called the Lizard
Yeah.
King.
What's the actual fact?
Jim called himself the Lizard King because he wanted the media to have something to hold on to and use to recognize him.
Okay, so his ego.
That's kind of weird though, because he just
Makes
told the
sense.
fucking chick interviewing him, "My name's Jim." The second reason, I think these are like theories. Why?
Oh,
He was probably
okay.
just fucked up one night and he's
I
like,
just
"I'm
said
the fucking Lizard King."
I think it's just ego driven, but
He was probably just fucked up one night and said it and it stuck. That's how people get nicknames, But the second reason could be is that Jim grew up in he grew up in New Mexico, and snakes, slithers, and other assorted desert creatures were part of his early upbringing. That sounds dumb. But I guess if he was a little kid playing with lizards and shit, I guess I could get that, I guess. Another thing was his face was leathery and resembled an iguana. That's dumb. I think it's the first one is the most accurate.
Yeah, and that's ego. I'm gonna say it's ego driven. It's giving him a different name or something of that nature. Like opposed to I'm just Jim. And it was a rhyme on words too. I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything.
Yeah.
Something to that matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm assuming you've seen Oliver Stone's The Doors,
Yeah.
right?
I have.
It's a great movie. I wonder how historically accurate it is, to be honest.
I don't
with
know.
you.
I've heard. Well, the band members was involved in it. I think a couple.
Oh, were
of them
they?
are actually in that movie. Somewhere in there apparently, but yeah, they were.
It's like
involved in-
cameos and shit.
Yeah, I think so. They were
Like the guy's
They
just like
actually
fucking. He's got a
helped.
mop in the hallway of the fucking lobby that they're fucking staying in or whatever,
be some guy in the background like
just taking out the trash and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to say that movie was 100% because I've heard a couple of the band members being interviewed like, yeah, it wasn't like 100, but it was a lot of the antics that Jim.
Nothing
was
is,
about.
man.
But
Nothing
it's
is.
a
And
movie, like it's Oliver Stone at that, like
yeah, that's a great point too.
Yeah.
I think nothing is 100% accurate, man, in Hollywood,
No.
and it's like what reads great on a page doesn't always look good on screen. That's why everyone's like, "Oh, the book is so much better," and it's like, well, because you were reading this book and you were developing your own scenery in your mind, and you told yourself what these people look like, and then you go to the theater, you take your girlfriend to go see Twilight, and you're like, "That's not how Bella looked in my head. This movie's garbage,"
Especially the Harry Potter fans too. They're like, "Oh, that didn't happen in the books."
Yeah, fuck off, man. Yeah. Spoiler alert: the Titanic sunk. There's this fucking joke where like my grandpa grew up he's like something about like my grandpa was screaming and yelling, "The boat's gonna sink! The boat's gonna sink!" and nobody would pay attention to him until they finally kicked him out of the theater.
God dang it!
I know. We're on fucking 2 hours, man. Should we end it? Do you want any other fun facts about? Let's do your giveaway. Our giveaway, I should say, but you made it.
We'll go ahead and say towards the end of his death. You going to bed, dude?
I mean, said I have to.
Okay, go to bed.
What's up, Manly? I miss you, bud.
Darren said, "What's up, man?"
Hi.
Hi.
The theory circling around his death was, I want to put this out there, and I'm almost to the point where it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. He died in a nightclub from partying, and the club owner didn't want that shit in his club. Like, I don't want to be the club that Jim fucking Morrison fucking overdosed in. And apparently he was taken back to his apartment and put in a bathtub, and then his girlfriend at the time found him. But then, as we all know, he died of a heart attack inside his apartment. He was found in a hot bathtub. Pamela took forever to call because the language barrier with being French and shit. She had to end up calling like an agent or somebody to call the ambulance to, I guess, the language barrier. And
Right, because she spoke French.
Yeah, and that just prolonged him, because like
to get the help that he needed.
Yeah, if you find a dead body, there's hope at a certain extent. Like you can resuscitate and bring them back. You know what I mean? Like depending. And that was just prolonging more into it. Like shit, here's 30 minutes passed, and now the ambulance are just showing up, which could have took. Well, actually, the ambulance took 9 minutes to get there, but it took her 30 minutes to get someone to call. And the other theory behind that was she called the drug dealer first before the ambulance. And
why would you do that?
To flush all the shit that was in and around him.
Yeah, but I mean, why couldn't she make that decision on her own? Like, why does she have to be told by the drug dealer in the first place?
She's a druggie too, man. You know how like some crackhead, and I say this,
she might have called him to be like, dude, what did you put in this? What did you cut this shit with? What the fuck?
This
Jim's
is the
in the
greatest
fucking
shit
bathtub.
ever. Like,
no, dummy,
fucking with me.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
I was going the whole opposite then.
Well, he was a trickster too, because he would always fuck with Pamela on Playing Dead and shit, and that just prolonged her too, because apparently she sat there, called out his name. He was still warm because he was in the hot tub. So he's like, oh, he's still alive. He's not cold. But at the end of the day, overdose, heart attack, and that's when we lost the Lizard King. I wasn't born. I was born in '84. He died in I believe 71. So. And that's crazy. Me growing up, how much of love and how I'm drawn to him as a person. Yeah, he was probably an ego, arrogant asshole, but
they all are, man. I'm just busting your balls as a fan.
Yeah, I know, dude. But at the end of the day,
I can even have an ego on me. Who am I to think that I'm cool enough to get on the stage, charge people $5 to walk into the door to watch me? I'm nobody, and it's like. At the end of the day, you have to have some sort of an ego to make music, you
you got to have
any kind of art
front.
I guess.
And that was Jim Morrison.
I don't know.
Maybe it was all a front. You know what I mean?
He could have been playing a character like I did with Joey Columbine. Who knows?
Go in there, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that was like Manson, like Marilyn Manson's stage stuff that he used to do, and when he was coming up. It's all a stage. I mean, was he a crazy weirdo outside of music? Absolutely, but it's all a stage, man. Like that's
like Shakespeare said, the world is your stage, or the world is a stage, something like that.
But that's it for I would say that's it for Jim Morrison. It's cut and dry. He brought up a lot of good facts. Unfortunately, his death is what made him popular, even though he was ahead of his time. But I probably wouldn't admire him as much if he was still alive today, just for the simple fact of him not being here makes me want it even more. So, and that's
people want what they can't have.
Yeah, and I would love to have went to a concert to see him, but that'll never happen.
Do me a favor. I'm having some technical issues here.
What you got, man?
Go ahead and do the giveaway thing. Talk about it while I move some cords around and try to get rid of this buzz. I don't know if the audience can hear the buzz, but I can, and it's driving me nuts.
I don't hear it.
Let's catch up on comments real quick then. Again, Ben, I read that one wrong. So anyway, this one says Lizard King was like Slim Shady to Eminem. Okay, that makes sense. Like Eminem had his alter ego Slim Shady. Yeah. Well, Jim Morrison had his alter ego, the Lizard King. So when he was all fucked up, he's probably like, I'm the Lizard King. I can do anything.
Right. You can catch up on comments. I'll wait.
I think I just read what I can see, but
yeah. Well, Ryan said that
I want to make sure my phone's plugged in and all that stuff because I'm at like 12%.
You're good to go, man.
So give me a second. Go ahead and talk and do what you got to do, Daddy.
Yeah, I'll talk about the giveaway.
Here, hold on a second.
I'm getting another beer. You want one? Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
It's so corny. Anyway, so what you're looking at is what I'm going to be doing a giveaway on. Darren's camera. Get your shit together, Darren. It's buzzing. Anyway, this is what I'm gonna be doing the giveaway on. The object to this is to go on Spotify and look us up. Don't blame us. Give us a 5-star rating. I want you to screenshot this and post it on the AMP page, which is the Audie Marsh Productions page, and hashtag Don't Blame Us podcast. And that will enter you to win this lovely bust that I printed. I think it turned out pretty good. I had to make a few modifications to it. But, oh my God, what are you doing, Darren? And it's definitely not Michael Myers, Ryan. You'll get your Myers, don't you worry. But yeah, that's how you do it. Go on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. I need you to screenshot it, post it on the Facebook page, Audie Marsh Productions, hashtag Don't Blame Us podcast, and that will enter your name in the giveaway, and this lovely bust of the Lizard King will be yours. Let me get rid of this. Darren needs to figure out his life.
I couldn't have said it any better, brother. I got to figure all my shit out. Right? Fuck me, right? I got rid of that sample. So you? I mean, dude, I change them every episode. So I didn't quite hear everything you said, but yeah, just so give us a 5-star review, man. If you're gonna fucking say some shit, if you're gonna give us anything less than 5, don't even fucking bother. Just give us a 5 goddamn star review. And please, 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 I hate to be that jerk off, but if you could support us monetarily, we're not trying to fucking quit our jobs and be podcasters. It's just we spend a lot of money on this, and even if we could just be self-sufficient, like we want to pick fucking t-shirts for you guys and things like that. So if you could do that, just man,
enough to pay for this freaking $50 a month program too.
Just that alone would be fucking amazing.
I'll keep going. It doesn't matter. I'll keep paying it, but a little kickback would help. But yeah, give us a 5-star rating. Screenshot it, post it on the Facebook page, Audie Marsh Productions, hashtag us. That'll enter your name. What I want Spotify to do is to build the SEO for us to promote us without having to pay or anything like that. And I think it would recommend our podcast to people if it's like a high 5-star rating.
And like the video on YouTube, watch it if you're watching it here on the Cool Kid Collector. Like it, then go to fucking Audie Marsh Productions YouTube page, like it, comment on both of them. It's just a way to build up the algorithm. And share our Facebook page, the Don't Blame Us. Start Googling us, because I bet that'll help with the algorithm. You just noticed the other day that we were starting to pop up a little bit in images.
We're starting to pop up on Google.
Yeah, just
it's getting there.
Yeah, so...
but that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I'm done. We're at 2 hours, right?
Yeah, 2 hours, dude. And I gotta fucking piss. I'm not gonna lie to
me
you.
Too. I want to smoke a cigarette. So thank you, everybody. I think we're gonna get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah, man. This is it, dude. Hey,
love you, brother. Thanks. It was a great night.
Thank you to all the listeners and viewers. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
And remember, don't blame us.
Don't blame us.
All right, man.
Thanks for tuning in to our little Passion Project podcast. Remember, we go live every single Friday night, same damn time, same damn channel. So if you miss it, don't blame us.